It's 100 ounce hump day, everybody, and I hope you're doing well. And I'm very excited this week because I managed to, just in the nick of time, get this package, which I was very much expecting. Had to do a bit of a runaround to get it, but that's a long story that I'll save for another day. But I had mentioned previously that I had kind of impulse bought, not exactly impulse bought, but sort of purchased a A-Mark USVI 100 ounce bar because it had fallen just below my desired price point. And so I'm very, very excited to open this up because I've never actually seen one of these in the flesh. So let's take a look and see what we got. Package within a package, as would be expected for something this bulky. Oh boy, yeah, that is bulky. That is bulky. It's been a while since I've lifted a 100 ounce bar. It almost feels like there's two of them in here. But I highly doubt that they accidentally threw an extra bar in here for me, so I'm assuming I'm just a little bit rusty with handling the 100 ounces. Alright, and this is the beast, package within a package within a package. And that's all I like to see. I can already feel that this is a A-Mark stacker, and I'm super excited to see what this thing looks like. Oh, I've been eagerly awaiting buying this, and I'm super glad I finally pulled the trigger. And I'm glad I patiently waited, because had I not waited, I would have probably paid, a couple $100 more for this. And instead, I patiently waited, and I was able to secure this at something I was actually comfortable with. But look at this beast. How cool is this? And this is in very, very good condition, to be honest. It's in extremely good condition. Oh my gosh, the back is not in good condition at all. You can barely see anything on the back. Everything is worn out. Normally this would say USVI. It doesn't say anything really. That's completely either worn out or was never there. There's no number written here. It just says 999 silver assay lot, and then it's left blank. And this whole back part is completely blank. I don't know if this is normal, honestly. I really don't. So this doesn't actually say USVI anywhere on it. It simply says the A-Mark logo. So I need to do a little bit of research, and I'm going to do that research right now because I'm very curious what the deal is here. This doesn't say anything on the back. That's so interesting to me. A-Mark 100 ounce. Let's see if there's anything available. Yeah, there is one available. Let's see. It's way more expensive. I mean, not way more. Oh yeah, this one also is very similar in that it doesn't say anything on the back, but it does have an assay lot number. On that one, it says 1091. On mine, it's completely blank. And now I need to do further research. So I'm really sorry to do this, but while we're here, we might as well be figuring out what the heck is going on, because this is really weird to me. I didn't realize, I guess I didn't research this, but I didn't realize that the back is so plain on the 100 ounce A-Mark. And I also didn't realize that it didn't say anything about USVI. So that's really interesting to me. I'm going to go ahead and look at Larry Largestack. He's got a full stack video for his A-Mark bars. And at the very end, I do believe he does pick up those 100 ounce bars.
That's it. Mike, comment?
But I don't know if he shows the bottom of it.
100 ounce bars.
He's got 300-ounce bars. I'm looking at his full stack video, and he just shows the top of it, and it looks pretty much identical. Oh yeah, and you could just barely see the back of it, and his is blank as well. So these 100-ounce bars, they don't necessarily say USVI on here. I believe they're USVI products, but I really don't know. And this has got some blue toning on it too, and that's beautiful. But that's very interesting. These look much different. So you understand what I'm talking about. You have your normal A-Mark stackers, right? Your normal A-Mark stacker looks very similar, right? These look very, very similar. This is pointed edges, this has got rounded edges, this has got a little bevel around the edge, so they're different actually, but they're both stackable bars. If I had two of these, I could stack them. I can definitely stack these. See? Now, look at the back though. This thing is completely blank, with the exception of 999 silver assay lot, and the assay lot is left blank on this bar. I don't know about other people's bars, but there's one I see that has a lot number available on eBay. But look at the back here. This tells you a lot more info. 1 troy ounce, 1 ounce troy, 31.1 grams, pure silver, assay, and it's got a little unique number here, 194, and then a 5, and it says copyright USVI Ingot Company, 1981. It tells tons of details on the back of this, right? This does not tell me much, but it's still undeniably cool. And I'm super, super glad I picked this up. Now, let's go ahead and compare this as well to a 10 ounce. So now a 10 ounce A-Mark stacker looks like this. So now you got this. Excuse me. You got this. So these are your 3 different varieties of the AM logo A-Mark stackers. You got the 1 ounce, and you got the 10 ounce, and then you got the 100 ounce. It's pretty cool. Now, something else that I was very excited about that also came in the mail was something that Poor Man's Gold helped me source. As soon as he told me about this, I knew I had to grab it. So I did grab it. And that's something that I want to share with you guys and gals. And so let's go ahead and check that out as well. It's actually, I'm going to set this aside for now. It's actually right here. Quite excited. So yeah, let's check it out. See what we got. I already know what we got, and I'm very, very excited because this is kind of the same way that Stack That Gold helped me kind of complete my collection for the Engelhard dental products. Poor Man's Gold was able to help me complete this collection that I've been looking to complete. So I'm very excited about that. Let's take a look here. I feel very fortunate to have been able to get this, and so I'm definitely going to make sure that I'm ensuring that this is the appropriate home for it, because I know the person that I grabbed this from, he was really kind of sad to see it go, but rest assured, this thing is in a great new home, and I'm super, super excited. Super, super excited to grab this. So let's take a look. What is in this mysterious box, do you think? Wow, this is quite a luxurious unboxing, to say the least. Liberty comes in a nice wood box, velvet inner on a nice, almost almost kind of leather or leatherette outer gift box. And this box, like many collectibles, kind of opens up here in the front, so I can just slide this directly out. How nice is that? Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful presentation. Check out this lock. Check that out. Very beautiful. Now let's go ahead and pull up the mintage information on this entire set, because it's quite impressive actually. Go ahead and I'm just going to go to the 5-ounce bars, and I'm going to check out the Liberty Trade, because this talks about the set here. Specially collector bar produced by Manfra, Turdella, and Brooks, 1986 vintage, occasionally found with original assay certificate, which typically demands a higher valuation when present. Some bars were included in a 1-ounce, 5-ounce, and 10-ounce boxed commemorative set with an estimated vintage of 1,000 total sets pictured below. So this right here, there's 1,000 of these that exist, these box sets. Okay, and then each of the bars have their own vintages. The 5-ounce bar in particular has a 7,500 vintage, which is quite low. And so the Engelhard Liberty Trade bars are quite a bit more rare, I believe, than the Johnson Matthey Liberty Trade bars. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look here. Absolutely amazing. And so they were talking about how the bars would sometimes come with the original assay certificate, which typically demands a higher valuation when it's present with the bar. That's true, of course. This box set here also has the assay certificate, and this assay certificate is for each of the 3 bars that are included here. So it's not just one, but it's 3 assay certificates here. So you've got one for the 5-ouncer, which is right here. Okay, and then you've also got one for the 1-ouncer, which is right here. These are in pristine condition, by the way. I almost feel like I shouldn't be touching this paper with my bare hands. And then you got the 10-ouncer right here. And I've really been wanting to get my hands on this set. And I'm super happy I have it. I just love this blue velvet thing that Engelhard has going on with their proof sets and all that kind of all their official sets, original packaging. It's really impressive. So I'm going to put these back in here so as to keep them safe from the elements. But if I'm going to be touching these, I'm definitely wearing gloves, because this is absolutely insane. I'm going to look at the 10-ounce chunker. Start with that. Okay, there we go. There's the Liberty Trade. $18072. Beauty. Chunker. Truly a chunker. I love these pressed bars that are chunky. Here's the 5-ouncer. I see a little bit of slight toning there. And you can see here, see that E there? Right there, there's a little E. It's hard to see with the light, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and try it. Oh, no. We'll save that for another day. I don't have good lighting today. 7A0717. Here's the 1-ouncer. 059201. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm a big proponent. Well, not a proponent. I'm a big fan of the Liberty. Anything Liberty, really, but I'm primarily Engelhard and Johnson Matthey vintage Liberty trade stuff, because I just like it. You know, I just love the Statue of Liberty. I just love the design. It's iconic, and I love iconic stuff. So this is something that I'm very honored and proud and excited and happy and blessed to be able to add to my collection, as is this beauty. And personally, you know, when they were talking about assay certificate, right, it comes with some of these things. Well, here's an example of that, right? So even outside of the box set, you can get the original assay certificate with these Liberty bars. You get what I'm saying? So here's one for a 5 ouncer, which I have somewhere here. I'm going to have to match up that serial number with that bar. Here's another assay certificate, right? So if you can get them with the assay certificate, that's going to fetch you a nicer premium. This is a Liberty Trade round that's in the actual original packaging. This is actually an Engelhardt, not a Johnson Matthey. Right, so here's another one with the assay card. So this thing right here provides it a little bit more of a stamp of approval, you know. So that's exciting stuff, you know. When you're looking for Liberty Trade bars, if you are looking for Liberty Trade bars, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to want to be keeping an eye out for, because that's the stuff that could potentially be out there, right? You could even ask the seller, like, hey, you wouldn't happen to have the original assay certificate, would you? So, things like that. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this beautiful unboxing of Liberty Trade, thanks to PMG, and a wonderful A-Mark bar, which I think maybe Silverstruck might have an appreciation for. Cheers! Oh, I almost forgot. It's 100 ounce someday, and I had promised you guys that we would check in on the auction for my 100 ounce Engelhardt bar that I had put up for $1 as an experiment. And actually the reason I had done that, by the way, was because I wanted to purchase this. Well, I had purchased this, and so I wanted to have a little bit of discipline, and I thought, okay, if I'm picking up, you know, an expensive vintage 100 ounce bar, well, then I should probably sell one, right? Because money doesn't grow on trees, right? So, anyways, let's check in on the auction for this. It's actually doing surprisingly well. I thought, I mean, it's doing better than I thought it would do, to be quite honest, given kind of the market that we're in. We got silver price going down, and of course, when people are buying silver, they're looking at the price of silver, and so they factor that in sometimes when they're buying silver, even if it's vintage silver, right? I mean, I see people asking me that every day. Like, in fact, somebody had messaged me today saying, trying to get one of my Millennium Falcon rounds, which I have listed at $40, and they had sent me an offer for like $32.99, and they had said, they had actually included a note that said, oh, you know, silver price is down, so this is a fair offer. And I didn't really ask for his opinion, but he felt the need to share it with me. And I had accepted his offer because that was a first-time customer, and I was like, whatever, I'm taking a loss on something that I had bought when silver was more expensive. But at the end of the day, silver price doesn't really matter to me as a small seller, because I'm not moving like millions and millions in volume for spot price to matter, right? And furthermore, I'm selling usually, I mean, outside of the generic fractional that I usually sell, I'm more or less selling more limited men type vintage stuff. So vintage stuff is priced very, very differently. But anyways, I guess my point there to say was that, you know, I accepted that offer because I didn't really care, and I wanted to just provide him with a deal. But to me, the price, then the spot price didn't really matter. So anyways, with that said, I know to most people spot price does matter, and so when they buy with respect to spot price. And so I understand that, and I think most people, when they bid, especially on something as big as an illiquid as a 100 ounce bar, I would think that usually it would be bid up to around spot price with a slight premium, right? 100 ounce bars usually don't fetch huge premiums like 10 ounce and especially 1 ounce bars would fetch. So anyways, because of that, I was thinking, you know, this is a 375K minted bar, which is, it's rare, but with respect to Engelhardts, you know, there's definitely rarer bars, but it's cool that you know the mintage, and that's, you know, it's less than $1 million, right? So it is rare, generally speaking. So, but I just wasn't expecting it really, the auction's not even over yet, and it was already past 2,400. It's 2,430. Yeah, so $2,430 for this 100-ounce bar, which granted is still far less than I paid for it, but I bought when silver price was higher, so I acknowledge that. And so because of that, I wasn't even really expecting it to be bid up to 2,400. I was honestly expecting to get close to spot, but there's literally, and it's not just one, there's 1, 2, 3 people, 3 different bidders who have bid it past 2,100, 2,188. In fact, 2,170, there's 4 different bidders. So there's 4 separate people who are willing to pay over spot for this vintage 100-ounce bar. And then many people were willing to pay, not many, but a couple people were willing to pay less than spot, of course. I think you can always reliably say that any piece of quality silver that you see up for auction on eBay or any other site, you can pretty much say that it's going to sell at a minimum for around spot, because there are always going to be even bullion stores and stuff like that are looking to buy any sort of silver below melt value, right? So it's always going to usually be bid up, unless it's very, very poorly marketed. It's usually going to be bid up to at least spot price, and then you kind of see, but that sometimes doesn't happen until the last second. And sometimes you get lucky, and if something doesn't kind of goes under the radar, then sometimes, who knows, you might get something below spot. But in this case, that's not the case. This thing has been bid up to $2,430. There's a few people interested in it, and there's still 3 days and 10 hours left. So we'll see what happens, guys. Anyways, sorry for making this a lot more long-winded than it was supposed to be. I really intended for this to just be a 1-minute update, but I went on a tangent of a whole bunch of other stuff. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this bar. Cheers.